For drums, melody loops, and beat tutorials, visit theproducerkid.com.
What's good, everyone? This is Chambers from chambersbeats.com, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to crip walk in FL, how to make a beat for Blueface in FL Studio 20. The man, the myth, the legend, you either love him or you hate him. They say that he recorded his verse on Monday, and the beat came in on Thursday. They said Blueface tried to record a verse at 2048 buffer length. If you understand that joke, you are a legend. I'm going to grab a piano from Nexus. Octave piano is pretty good. Add some low cut to the reverb. Cut down on the decay time. We're gonna do a more fast-paced melody than just chords this time. It's gonna be something different. So we're gonna up the BPM up to like 170-ish. I'm just adding the variation right here by making it a higher note. Now let's go into the velocity. I want it to like climb up in velocity from a low point into a high. I'm gonna make a staircase shape with the velocity. Put that into the playlist, make it 8 bars long. Now I'm gonna add more melodies to it. Go into Nexus, go into classical. I'm gonna add a brass hit of some sort. That's good. I'm gonna add it on the root note. It's not F, even though it looks like it's F, because F is the bottom note. The root note is A sharp in this case, because that's where you would be putting the 808 or the bass. So I'm gonna add an octave hit of that root note, then an octave hit of that higher note, the F. Copy that, put it into a new pattern, and we're going to put that into the playlist. Let's add another melody with Nexus. Let's see what we could find. What would Blueface have in a beat? Actually, let's go to Purity, because he has that West Coast type lead to it. I'm going to go into Normal for the presets. I'm going to grab Detune Square. Let's add a melody with that. Copy that, put that into a new pattern. I'm going to add one more melodic element by going to Lounge Lizard. And I want to find a chord that can go like wow, wow, wow. Alright, we got it. Now I just got to build a chord with it. So if the root note is A sharp, it'd be an A sharp minor chord. Actually, for the brass, I'm going to go back. Instead of making it hit at F, it's going to be F sharp. So it goes bum, bum. Now we need to add the bass. Alright, I like that bass pattern. We're starting an octave up from the root note, so instead of A sharp down here, it's up here. Then we descend into the lower octave. Sort of like the bass line for Magnolia. And there's our bass line. This really needs to be mixed, so I'm going to double click on the top bar right here, into the mixer, right click, channel routing, and hit route selected channels starting from this track. There we go. Now we have all of our instruments in the mixer. We're going to start off with the piano with an EQ just to cut out that low end. Moving on into the brass. You can hear all the low end in that. You want to just cut it out with the EQ. Make sure that we have room for the bass. This probably doesn't even have low end, but I'm still going to cut it out in case there is right there. And I'm adding stereo separation to all of these right here. The chords, I'll do a filter effect on it. So cut out the low end, cut out some of the high end. Just filter it out. Add stereo. And then the bass, cut out some of that high end. Now Now we just gotta level it. I like to mix in mono because it usually sounds good when I'm done. Let's hear it all together. Now we're ready for the drums. So let's add a kick. Alright, now we got a snare. We're going to put it on the 3 and the 7, add a new pattern, and I'm going to layer it with a clap. Grab a clap, layer it on top. We're going to add a fast hi-hat now. I'm going to fill each 2 steps. Throw it off the time a little bit with the time shift function. Go to the wrench tab, add some time shift. Now I'm going to add an open hi-hat, but what I want to do for this is go into the envelope tab, turn everything down except the hold. I'm going to put it right before the clap hit. But hear how it just carries on? I want to shut it off once the clap hits. So we're going to go in here, drag it out. Now I want to add a light snare. That one's good. Wait, look, it literally says light snare. That's the title of it. By the way, these drums are from the Ultimate Producer Bundle Kit at busyworksbeats.com. Just to add some more bounce. And then lastly, I'm going to add a stomp or a gunshot sound for the beginning. Let's find one. Where's a good example? Let's see. That one's good. Drag that in, but make sure that you lower the volume. This definitely has that West Coast type vibe, like something that NBA Youngboy or NLE Choppa, Blueface would be on. I don't know how well Blueface would be when it comes to staying on beat for something fast like this. But moving on, now we're going to mix the drums. So bring all of those into the mixer just like last time. Right click, channel routing, route selected channel starting from this track. Now I'm going to show you how I organize my drums. So you want to start off with the kick here, moving into the snare or the clap. So we have those two. Next we have the hi-hat and then a perk or a snare. Move that over by hitting Alt plus the left or right arrow key. Then an open hi-hat, shaker, stuff like that. And then I'll end it with a crash or a slam at the end of the tracks. So starting with the kick, I'm going to add an EQ. And let's add some high end to it to make it more present at around 3K. Alright, that's cool. Let's go into the snare, grab an EQ. We're going to do a high pass filter, cut out any low end that it has, and add some to the high end, just to make it more crispy. And essentially the same thing for the clap. I'm just going to add an EQ, cut out the lows, add to the highs. For the hi-hat, we're just going to cut out any low end with this EQ over here. For the snare over here, I'm going to add an EQ, add to it in the mid-range so it bites a little more, and add some high end. Then for the open hi-hat, I'm going to add a high pass filter over here. Then for the slam, get an EQ because I want to be more precise with this. Cut out the low end. I don't want to cut out so much low end that I'm cutting out all the body of the sound, but just a little bit of a cut so it's not interfering with the 808 or the kick. I mean the bass or the kick. 80 hertz is cool with me. Now I'm going to level the drums with the instruments. Pan the open hi-hat to the left. And and the bounce snare to the right just a little bit. Make sure that your kick is in mono because you want it to just hit straight forward, no left or right in it. And I'm mixing this on Beats headphones, which are known to boost bass and stuff like that, so I'm just guessing the best that I can. Unless it's an audio clip or some instrument that's really bugging out with the dynamics, then I'm going to add compression or limiting, but usually I stay away from all that side chaining, compression, limiting stuff, and I just stick to EQ and leveling. I want to shape the sound and then balance it with all of the other instruments. I don't want to just mix it so you can hear all the instruments. I want to make it so you could picture them and see the instruments in your head. Every single hi-hat or snare, open hi-hat, whatever the instrument is, I want to make sure that you can see it and hear it in your head. So usually I just do that by cleaning it up with EQ and leveling it, panning it. Also, a big key for me is checking in mono. On the master track, make sure that you're not using a limiter. I always go with soft clipper because it allows the drums to hit without pressing them or crushing them in any way. Alright, so now let's get an intro. We'll just leave it like that. And then right here, I'm going to cut out these last 2 bars. Get the cut tool, go into 1/2 beat on the grid, cut it right here. And I'm going to make that hit 4 times before the beat drops. Just like that. Go back to where you cut, drag it back out to where it was originally. Then I'll make it hit 2 times right here. And yeah, that's about it. I'll structure out a hook, take out the lead for the first part, and the chords, the Rhodes chords. So here's what we have all together. And yeah, that's about it. That's how I would go about making a beat for Blueface. So to recap, we started out with that fast playing piano. We didn't do chords. Some of his songs have like the slower chords to it, but we did a fast melody with the piano. Then we enhanced it with the melodies by going into the brass, like the orchestra hit sounds. We added that West Coast lead, the Rhodes chords with the wow wow wow. Then we have the bass. It wasn't an 808, but it was that. And we got the fast-paced drums with the snare and the clap, the hi-hat, the kick, and of course, the slam. Like I said before, I could really see NBA Youngboy and NLE Choppa and Blueface all on this beat. Blueface would be a little more off than others. So hopefully you could go home knowing how to crip walk in FL Studio. It's Chambers from chambersbeats.com. If you're interested in sound kits or loop kits, drum kits, stuff like that, you can find it at chambersbeats.com/soundkits. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. If someone is willing to PayPal me $100, I will hop on this track and do a verse like Blueface.